All right, so some big Snyder Cut news just dropped, like just 5 hours ago. Zack Snyder posts an image on Vero, and it's full confirmation that the black suit was in Justice League. Superman had his black suit in Justice League. We already suspected this for a long time, but it's 100% confirmed now. Zack Snyder just put it out there, just dropped it out of nowhere. Most people are waking up to it, and Zack Snyder is just going off. Like, he don't give two fucks anymore. He is just revealing whatever he wants about this fucking movie. And I don't know what that means as far as the negotiations go for this movie. I don't know if Zack got what he wanted. I don't know if Warner Brothers is releasing it. But one thing's for sure, Zack Snyder wants us to see it. Like, we're going into year 3 after the fact, and he's still talking about this. He's talking about Justice League more than the other film he just fucking shot, Army of the Dead. You know, like, he is talking more about Justice League, and I feel like he is posting this stuff, especially with the Henry Cavill news that was coming out recently. I mean, he's posting this stuff because the Justice League that he made, his director's cut, his 214-minute director's cut, is coming out soon, and it's coming out before Army of the Dead. At least that's what I'm thinking. Because why would he keep talking about this, right? And not about Army of the Dead at all. I mean, unless it is happening before Army of the Dead. But anyway, let's get into this. I mean, he posts a Henry Cavill in the black suit, and he says, "My Superman." And a lot of people, like throughout the last week or so, were talking about how Henry Cavill has beef with Zack Snyder. They don't like each other. And I think this kind of disproves that. I think Henry Cavill is just trying to distance himself from the Snyder Cut because he's trying to focus on his career right now, because he's actually taking off as an actor right now. He's becoming a leading man. He's worked for 15 years to get to this point where he's actually sought after for film projects and stuff. So of course he wants to like move forward, but it can't be ignored now. You know, people want to see this Snyder Cut Justice League. They want to see the black suit, and Zack Snyder shot a film with it. And somebody asked him on Vero, were we going to get the blue suit in the Justice League film, in his Justice League film? And he said that was going to come in the next 2 movies. So this Justice League film, this Snyder Cut that we've been wanting this whole time, is going to be all black suit Superman, which is fucking crazy, because when you look at behind the scenes images from Justice League, you see Henry Cavill in the blue and red suit. So what does this mean exactly? Ray Fisher, a long time ago, said that Zack Snyder shot enough for 2 films. Zack Snyder on Vero is saying that this black suit was going to be in the first Justice League film, and then the next 2 films we were going to get the journey back to the blue suit. And if you look at behind the scenes images of Justice League, you see Henry Cavill in the blue suit. So how much did Zack Snyder shoot? Did he start production on Justice League 2? At least that's what I'm thinking, because if you look at the production of Justice League, it's about a 7-month shoot, which is twice the length of a normal blockbuster. And we know there was going to be some time travel elements in this Justice League saga, right? So what I'm thinking is that they had the same sets, and they were shooting some scenes for Justice League 2 during Justice League 1. At least that's what this is telling me. That's what Zack Snyder is saying. He's saying this first Justice League movie was going to be all black suit Superman. So what are all these behind-the-scenes images of Superman in the blue suit? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It does not make sense!
And somebody else asked him on Vero, how many more of these shots do you have? And Zack Snyder responded, the movie's almost 4 fucking hours long. A lot. So, like, Zack Snyder is not giving 2 fucks right now. He's saying whatever he wants right now. And yeah, 3.5 hours, that's almost 4 hours. So yeah, I get what he's saying right there. But the most important thing Zack Snyder said in the comments section of this Superman photo was to this guy, Arthur Fleck. Arthur Fleck asked, but Zack Snyder, does Flight 2.0 happen with the traditional suit? ? And Zack Snyder answers him, let's put it this way. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, so he's referring to himself in the third person right there, all right? In Zack Snyder's Justice League, he will have a black suit. So once again, he's just confirming that this Justice League movie was going to be a lot of black suit. And now we really got to question everything, because this whole time, we're thinking that, you know, maybe the black suit's in the movie for like a few scenes, and then we go back to the blue suit. But no, Zack Snyder's saying this whole movie, Superman's going to be in the black suit. Maybe all the way up to like the very end. Maybe the last shot where he opens his suit, and flies away, because that was a Zack Snyder shot. And if you look at the behind the scenes footage of that shot, Henry Cavill is wearing the blue suit. So maybe the very tail end of the movie, he does change back to the blue suit, but still, this whole movie was going to have a black suit Superman. And the next 2 movies were going to be about how he gets back to his blue suit and the journey he goes on to do that. And why would Zack release this right now? There's been a lot of rumors that after November 17th, the day that, the Snyder Cut went like super viral, Zack Snyder had meetings with Warner Brothers, and they did agree to release his Snyder Cut, and they agreed to even more than that. There's major rumors that Zack Snyder not only is going to get his Snyder Cut released, but they are going to work with him to make the sequels.
Holy shit.
Now, who knows how true that is, but a lot of different people are saying that right now. I think Grace Randolph was like the first to say that, but since then, a few other people have said that. And now with Zack Snyder releasing this pic of Superman in the black suit and saying that this whole movie was going to be the black suit, and him mentioning the next 2 movies, like, why would he mention the next 2 films if they're never going to happen? Like, why would you get people's hopes up like that? Why would you get their thoughts turning about that unless there is a possibility that they do go back to the storyline? And I think that would be batshit crazy if Warner Brothers did that, and I would fucking love it. Because if they did have scenes done for the next Justice League film, then it probably wouldn't cost like another $200 million to make a sequel, right? So maybe they do let Zack Snyder make a sequel, and maybe he does wrap everything up in the next film using scenes that he shot while he was shooting this first Justice League film. That way you keep production costs down, you don't have to shoot as much, and it might be a possibility that we do get a sequel. But anyway, that's all conjecture. There's nothing like concrete about any of that. Those are all major rumors. We don't know if we're going to get sequels to this, but we know we're getting a black suit in Justice League now. Zack Snyder has confirmed that. And he also says Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is an interesting thing to say, talking in third person. And very few people have used that phrase. When we talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League, we usually say the Snyder Cut. At least all us fans do, right? But the phrase Zack Snyder's Justice League sounds very official. It almost sounds like something you would hear in a meeting talking about it, right? Almost like the Warner Brothers executives were saying, this is how we're going to market your Justice League film. We're going to say it's Zack Snyder's Justice League. So who knows what the hell's going on right now? This is some big news right now. Because we did have Henry Cavill teasing the black suit before Justice League came out, like years ago. And we did have that bonus scene that came with the Justice League Blu-ray that showed the black suit. And now we got to question whether that was even a Zack Snyder scene, because he's saying that this entire Justice League film was going to have just the black suit. And I mean, who knows what's happening there, right? Who knows what that means for the Alfred scene when he sees Superman in his blue suit? Is that just color corrected? Did they just change the colors of the suit for that scene? This is just insane right now. But yeah, I'm crazy hyped that he just released this. This is a big detail. Nobody knew how much black suit was in the movie. We knew there was going to be a little bit of Superman in the black suit, but we didn't know it was going to be the whole fucking movie. So this is pretty big. Anyway, yeah, that's it for now. What do you guys think about Zack Snyder posting that, dropping bombs? Do you think negotiations are going well? I think Warner Brothers is going to release this thing. I think that's why Zack Snyder's still talking about Justice League. If Warner Brothers was never going to release it and there was like zero chance of it happening, Zack Snyder would just leak this thing online. He wouldn't keep posting images of it. He wouldn't keep the interest up if it was never going to happen. So it's clear something changed November 17th. Warner Brothers either said they are going to do it, or they said there's a good chance they're going to do it. Keep the faith. Zack Snyder still posting stuff, still getting more and more details, and he still has a lot to reveal. He said it himself. It's a nearly 4-hour film. He has a shit ton of these picks, and hopefully we can get an announcement sometime within the next few months. I can't imagine that they're going to release Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyder Cut, around the same time Army of the Dead comes out. I feel like that would be too crowded, right, for Zack Snyder. Like, he has to promote Army of the Dead and the Snyder Cut. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think Warner Brothers wants to do that. So I'm thinking either the Snyder Cut comes out before Army of the Dead or comes out after Army of the Dead. Either way, we're getting it within the next couple of years for sure. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.
I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I've got to get...
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you're wanted on the phone.